Ideals for Humanity. Section 1. There is no point nor absolute excuse for taking a life. No one should die. Perhaps knock the wicked or stupidity out of someone is preferable. Another option is to get help in order to help. Murder, slaughter, bloodbaths will only free souls. Those killed and once killed would never learn a lesson. For the killer, however, receives mortal lashes from karma. In other words, not only is there no point in taking one's life, but it's also illogical. Life is too precious to trifle with. Fighting for or over a lover, crush, territory, feudal resources, and petty squabbles are entirely pointless. A rival or defending oneself or home or better times to do something like that. There are also places. All this is suggesting logical reason to fight. Religion, politics, or just because only ruin the world and divide humanity. We all shouldn't be fighting. We should be hugging. Everyone is equal, no matter the sex, race, lifestyle, and age. As humans, we may have different personalities, different blood types, but all of that doesn't matter. Because we all have three things in common: a mind, heart, and an eternal soul. We have spoken, communication, and a will to stay alive. Even stronger together. We are all resilient, and if we all equally come together as one beautiful race, and result becoming even more resilient. Every human has a fear, but are not noticing they're our worst fear, ourselves. As individuals, we have a demon, a darkness, an enemy that is ourselves. It can become a monstrosity or an abomination, a demon. The only way for that not to happen is to embrace the darkness that lies within us all. And only we as individuals can face it, control it, harness it, and make it our bitch. The vileness in us all cannot be paved into darkness. The past is the past, and it needs to stay there, never to last. The past already happened, and it does not control your fate. The past is like a flat rock. You throw the rock to skip the water. It has passed the lake. The rock you pick up next is the future. The past only molds who we are now, not who we used to be. Walk tall, fellow. Keep that back straight. Whatever happened, happened. Learn from it. Whatever happens next, happens by one's choices. Let go of your baggage. Dump the trash. Pain, heartache, suffering, struggles, hard times, and mental and functional battles are a huge part of us all. Without it, we wouldn't be human. The spiritual, physical, and mental pain makes us, as humans, grow, mold into something beautiful. There is just one catch to it. You've got to get back up as soon as you were hit down. Get back up after life hits you. If you don't, the gloomier it gets, the deeper the hole gets. Whatever doesn't kill you, ever doesn't make you weaker, only makes you stronger. Without heartache caused by the loss of a loved one, battle with the abusive partner, a fallout with a good friend, and other griefs. Heartache exists to cope with a loss, find a better lover, and gain new friends. Heartache teaches us to move forward, keep the bad memories at bay, storing the good and new memories in our hearts, never giving up hope. That is why it's there. To remind us that all hope is not lost. We're alive and moving forward to our right path. So hold on to your heartache. It'll give you tips. Without suffering, we would never see the light in the dark clouds. Suffering is only temporary, and only the individual can make it permanent. Don't walk in the sink sand. You only go down further than you've already have. Know that you are alive, still kicking. Now just reach for a hand. If no one is there, save yourself, because that's all you can do. Suffering shows a person their true potential by eliminating the odds. Without suffering, there is no hope, only despair. Finally, mental battles are results of traumatic experiences and a real war of real time. Voices and despair tells every part of oneself that they are pathetic. Battles of the mind are lost and victored. As long as you feel the little voices only are bullying you, do not bully them back. Instead, ignore them. Show them that we humans are capable of anything. Prove that you are stronger and rule over your mind. In other words, do not act upon the voice's demands. Just respect yourself and acknowledge that they are there. Your voices of mental battle will never cease until you cease. The battles are you versus you. Without these, we never come out on top like humanity is now. Without hard times, good times, the best times, and the worst times, there would be nothing of us. So count your blessings that you're still alive. Because that's what true pain, suffering, heartache, and real battles are. Section 2. Break time. Section 2. Death, natural or not, is a part of this universal cycle that we live in. Death is a brother of life, son of nature, and the third most unstoppable force in the universe. Death takes what is his and will not give one's life back. Not even life can stop death's path. Death does not destroy, nor does he ruin. Simply as that he does what he was born to do. Take our lives when it is time. Yet, that is not the end. Sometimes, when nature allows it, a death can come back to life in a new form of life and proceed to the world. Do not fret death, for it lurks by you as we speak. Embrace death when it's time, and he will embrace and respect you. All right. Any person can be a hero, even if the laws say no. No one would permanently stop you. Police and other government officials are hypocritical, accusing vigilantes of being criminal hypocrites. An FBI, CIA, or cop would say, "You can't take down villains, but I can." A politician would say, "Vigilantes do nothing but cause havoc and crime." When we all know one huge truth about FBI, CIA, cops, politicians, and even Congress. They all use criminal and corrupt means to stabilize their power. That is very hypocritical. Call me a bias, but most, but at most, it's a good bias. The reason I say that is because while hypocritical government officials are eating their money in chaos, hypocrite vigilantes are cleaning that up and then some. So where I stand in the middle of all the views and chaos, vigilantes are doing a better job at cleaning up crookedness and crime. Praise the heroes. Note, not all government officials are bad, just a majority of them. Smoking marijuana isn't a bad thing. Not at all. You can't overdose it. And if you do, you get sober. Marijuana has been an edible, smokable, and even drinkable substance for medical recreational or religious ceremonial uses for hundreds of thousands of years. Most use it for recreational purposes, while only a handful smoke it medically. This means for physical pain and mental illness. There is a saying, take my weed away, I take your head. This is usually said by one with mental illness. Another is, I'd fall apart if I didn't have weed. This is said by one who is in physical pain. Pain can be helped by pharmaceutical medication. However, weed hits different. It hits different than artificial chemicals do. Mental illness is treated also by pharmacy again, depending on one's body chemistry. The weed hits different. Parentheses. Explain mental illness. I have one. No, it's not Tourette's. I stuttered because that just runs in my family. Literally. But I see things that are not there, and I hear things that are not there. And when I smoke weed, it's really reduced. But I'm one of those few that affects it differently. It affects my mind a little bit differently. It actually affects my mind medically. Other than that, I do smoke it recreationally. I love smoking weed. The universe is a vastness of beauty that looks back at those who gaze into the stars. No superior belief can outmatch the universe. To the universe, we are nothing. To us, However, the universe is the equivalent to a god. One can even say our uncomprehensive, destructive, creative, and spectacular universe is God and his many wonders. Who knows? Who knows what's really out there? I have high hopes that in the next few decades or even few hundred years that humanity will find a way to improve the planet to a type 1 civilization and colonize planets. This is my ultimate dream, to see man go to space farther than ever before and prosper peacefully with potential extraterrestrial life forms and other galaxies. All this is the result of humanity truly working together. Section 3. Break. Section 3. Patience exists because of things we cannot change, control, or desire for. There is an exception. One must wait. Never be afraid to ask. Usually, some things come one's way eventually. It seems redundant to wait shortly or longer, but that's how things work out in life. In the meantime, keep yourself occupied. Your patience will soon come to an end with all the things you desire. One can never determine the outcome of all expectations. That is like calling heads on a quarter 10 times, but only succeed 4 times out of 6. The only way for one to expect something is to earn it. Planning and initiative actions are key. Nevertheless, it won't work all the time. It will work most of the time. Just keep in mind that humanity has a power of determination, initiative, and planning. Taking thoroughly full power action. Stating one is sorry will never cut it, unless one truly shows they want forgiveness. A one-worded apology is never enough for the one they've wronged. Depending on the scale and damage one did to another, sorry is nothing but an empty, unremorseful, or broken promise. One who has wronged another must prove to want or need forgiveness, not by kissing ass per se, but by doing something they'd want or get something they need without them asking. Not the word sorry, no ass kissing. That is why most tell others to stop saying sorry. Now, another view. Saying sorry all the time for no apparent reason kind of gets annoying at times. This is a habit for most because of fear, insecurities, or a state of mind. Do not say sorry when one hasn't done anything. It's pretty pointless. Keep in mind we are a human. We are all human. We make mistakes. Never say sorry for the truth. Never apologize when you didn't do anything. You all are stronger than you know and believe. Abortions are truly unacceptable and monstrous. They are indeed made by one's choices. So therefore, we can't do anything about it. However, I beg to differ with only what I have to say. The reason is simple. A life that is new can grow to change the world for the better or the worse. A generation that must come to light and breathe life is important to the world, not just humanity. It is a fact that an embryo is only a yolk in the womb, like a yolk in a chicken egg. Not a life with a heart, but one that is many living cells. Living cells, as we know, are alive, reproducing at mass rates. I am not trying to bring one down or force a belief upon anyone. I am only advising you to think. You may give birth to someone very powerful in the future. There is a difference between confidence and pride. Confidence is one who has no doubt in themselves and believes they can accomplish anything. Pride, however, is cockiness, covering false confidence and self-loathing. A confident individual would have the neutral attitude of a light cloud, while an overly prideful person would have the attitude of a grumpy elderly folk stuck in a lightning storm, blinded by their own ignorance and arrogance. Being proudful is being proudful and being prideful are also two different things. Proudfulness is confidence and no self-doubt in oneself and others. Pridefulness is the opposite. Being proud is walking tall. One who is true to themselves and others and staying headstrong level. Confidence, proudness honor, kindness, and gratitude are all one and the same. Without these things, there would be no decent humans to hang around. Proudfulness, dishonor, rudeness, ungratefulness, and deceit are all as well as one in the same. Undecent examples of true evil or idiocy. This is what describes not a monster, but just a misguided human. One who only has lost their path, nevertheless. Another can be strong enough to help this person if they let it happen. In other words, no one can fall if they have that one person in their life, lover, friend, even family member. We all work together. Long live humanity. Section 4. Forgiveness is truly a necessity and value. However, some mistakes and wrong turns can make one's forgiveness harder for the other that was wrong disgracefully. As I said before, in some circumstances like this are hard to forgive, but only can be solved by solid proof or wanting to or receiving forgiveness. We all are only human. We all wrong people, and we all make mistakes. That brings me to a new ideal and philosophic wisdom. Not one person or animal, not one thing on this planet and in this universe is perfect. Nor is it in any perfect condition. We as humans are molded and grown by imperfections, failures, and the best that we can do is patch up and do some touch-up work. Even the great masterpiece of Mona Lisa is not perfect, but decent enough for others to learn from Da Vinci's imperfections. Only a mass amount of imperfections can become perfections when one patches and finishes an accomplishment that is met with many, or that is followed with many failures. As long as it is met right to their eyes, one can see they did that. Whatever is well should be well for all. This is my final ideal, and I may or may not witness it. I have a vision that all black, white, Asian, and outcasts alike work out their differences without bigotry. Instead, humanity working out to common ground and neutrality, working together hand to hand. All humans band together to reach the stars, colonize new habitable homes, and explore the great unknown. This in my eyes would be my greatest vision, to see my fellow humans among the stars. This would be in my heart true victory. These are the relics of human ideals, also known as ROI, ROHI. These are philosophies, beliefs, and ideas that shall change the world as we know it in the near future and far future. All hail God, praise the universe, and long live humanity.